Good morning. Good morning. Hello, and how are you? Today is a great morning. I'm just up and about it and ready to go live, which I am live. I would like to just say good morning to everyone, and hopefully, you are having a great start to your morning. And if you are having a great start to your morning, welcome to the live. It is June 7th. It is a sunny, beautiful day in New York City. On Fridays, when I had my channel up and going consistently, we did Freestyle Friday. So I decided to bring that back to see where it take us and where it goes. Nothing has changed on this channel. We do commentary, we do reactions, we do breakdowns, we do recaps, we give our opinions. So this is an opinion channel. Um, I know that a lot of people probably misconstrued or probably just have a misunderstanding of what my channel is about. It's not particularly positive, it's not particularly negative. It's a balance, it's a neutral channel. And when I say it's neutral, I mean it's neutral. It's open to all discussions. So there's no prejudice over here and no discrimination over here. So if anyone, hey Sony, how are you? Good morning. Sony is in the building. Let me see, because I got my computer on and I was trying to access my tablet so I could see the comments. I don't want to have leave no one out. I want everyone to be here to participate and feel like they are a part of the channel. You're a supporter, you're a subscriber, so you should feel appreciated, and that's what I want you to feel appreciated. um Let me know, Sony, if you hear any background noise because I have my tablet on and I don't know if it's affecting it or not. Do you hear any echoing? And if you do, I'll turn this off and just go from there. So yeah, I wanted to recap of what's going on YouTube streets. The last live we had a live about the girls trip horror, the horrible girls trip disaster. No, sounds fine. Okay, thank you. So I'm looking at my tablet while I'm talking. So I'm not looking at my phone because I have my phone and my device. I read that it's better if you go live from your computer or device because with the phone it's probably stagnate and it's probably a little bit delayed. So hi, good morning, Mary. How are you? So I'm looking at my tablet. Good morning, Mary. Oh, so I can't. Oh, okay. I can't post from here, but I could see the comments. So yeah, let's get started. I was just, this is a anyone that decides to stop by, you stop by, you peek in, you listen, whether you cleaning, you driving, you just in your office working, or you running, walking, however you listen to me, I am proud to be just a little bit in your ear. Good morning, Tanya Trainer. How are you? Hi, Lasagna. Lasagna is in it. Wait, it did go lasagna. Lasagna in the building. Lasagna is a member. Good morning, Tanya Trina. She is a member too. Thank you for your memberships. Hey, Timo. Timo's in the building saying hello to the chat. Lasagna is responding back to Tanya. And that's another thing. I don't want to, excuse me, scold my audience or my listeners. I just would like to just get things a little clear on the chat because sometimes when I go and I'm hosting or doing a live, I don't look at the comments. And with my phone, I feel like it delays the comments, so I don't get to see all the comments. And I know that there are people that have general conversations in the comments, but that's okay too. If you argue in the comments, I just can't take time out to view your argument and then read it because it throws me off. But if you're going to argue in the comments, and as you all do, you do it respectfully. But it would take a lot of time if I highlight it and to read the argument because I don't know where the argument started or where it would end. Hey, DeAndrea, good morning. Okay, so let me look from here. See, I'm not. So when I'm looking at my phone, here she go, and then I'm looking at the my tablet, and it's totally two different comments coming in. Tanya, I'm retired Bronx as a 5 when I have so time. Oh, you do? Oh, congratulations! I know that must feel good. to work and just sit back and relax and do what you want to do when you want to do it and how you want to do it, when you want to do it, and who you want to do it with, right? Because this platform, if you already don't know, it's about freedom and choice. And that's where you get to make your choices and have your freedom over here without prejudice or discrimination. Good morning, Ann Fleming. Good morning, Beverly. Thank you. Beverly is a member. Thank you, Beverly. Oh, good morning, Brittany. How are you? Brittany is in the building. I saw your video yesterday with your babies at the pool. I watched some of it. I liked your glasses. I was like, look at Brittany styling and profiling. It's like when Brittany is with her family, she like a different type of person. She like all sweet, quiet, and funny, and just be observant. So everyone have different personalities with different people, and everyone is not going to always get along. But I see you, Brittany. I see your personality. I like to point out piece of people personalities for the simple fact that you could tell someone's true character. And I see you with your children, how quiet and meek you are, and you do activities with them. So shout out to your beautiful babies. Let's see. So yeah, I wanted to get started because I'm gonna put this device down. It's just taking up too much time. Um, Libra, you're a Libra. Oh, so you are light. So you are a light airy sign. That's good. We need that. Brittany, yeah, say Brittany's in his house. So we're gonna talk about how we talk about things. The last live was off the hook. The chat did me dirty. You had me in here breaking down like Dimples J says. Shout out to Dimples J because she did get this chat on fire by her comments and her questions that were just that were geared towards me and that I will pick up and think about, which was good. So yeah, if you drop a comment in the live and I don't know anything about a particular situation, I'm going to break it down the best way I know how, even if it's a fact or not. But the last live we did, I was corrected about Mel's daughter when someone said that her daughter was at the trip, and I was breaking like, oh no, 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 that's not right. So the chat corrected me as they should and as I needed, and I appreciate that. Let me see. Bronx, did you see sis almost drown in 2 feet of water? Oh my goodness, I turned it off. Okay, Brittany. Yeah, I didn't see that. Oh gosh. Okay, we'll talk about Brittany drowning in 2 feet of water. She in here, so she alive, so she good. We good. Oh no, now that's funny, Brittany. I'm glad you okay. 2 feet of water. Now, that was the last live. I'm gonna go back because I looked and I was going back and forth, dealing with, Zachary. He come home, he take over the house. I be trying to listen to the lives and everything, like played straight. So I play Fee, I play Brittany, I play Angel Mom, I play others, and I'm playing it live straight through, cleaning up or doing whatever. You know what he'll stop and do because he's hip to it. He'll stop what he's doing and he'll hear the commercials on the phone and he'll skip the ads. I'm like, what are you doing? So he did that once because when he was a baby, he used to make all these ads of money and don't press skip. Now he got used to it. He think he could press skip on my YouTube because he do it on his. So yeah. Good morning, Jacqueline. How are you? Brittany, what happened was Brittany, look, this is funny. This just drowned in 2 feet of water. Now that's funny. We're glad that Brittany is okay. Because if she wasn't, we'll be so sad that she drowned in 2 feet of water. So as you know, we talk about everything on this channel, and I just would like to piggyback on some things. And everyone on this sector, it is a tiny, small sector, so it's not visible to all, and everyone don't have the opportunity to move from this sector or within this sector and flourish and shine. People are still trying to gain views, and I feel like that mostly come because a lot of people are closed up and they're tight fists and stingy and selfish and have like just corrupt thoughts running through their minds when it comes to progressing. Everyone want to do their own thing, and that's why we're here, because everyone that want to venture out and do their own thing, we listen and we take in and we react on it. We don't care who you are, respectfully, right? So I know, and if it's okay with the chat or whomever's listening, I want to do reactions to every girl trip because let's face it, right? Maybe Mel girl trip was probably the most horrible girl trip that has happened on this sector that we know about. She isn't alone in girls trips on YouTube, right? So that's what I want. That's what I want to do is like we react to the girls trip, to the meet and greets, whatever these people decide to venture out and do, we're going to react to it. That's why we stand alone. I don't want to stand alone for the rest of my time on YouTube. I would like to collaborate with other people and at least come together with someone that's genuine and authentic, and maybe find a co-host on YouTube, which would be great, and we have beautiful chemistry. And that'll be hard to do because a lot of people don't have the time to co-host. Even if it's once or twice a month, that'll be nice. A co-host, we could talk about different things, different points of views. And I'm even going to go as far as say, listen, left versus right. I got, no matter what, I'm not on the left or right, but that's how y'all refer to each other. I guess the Democrats and the Republicans, the left and the right, the red and the blue. We'll talk about it on this page. Look, our girl trip coming up on through. Oh, really? Oh, thank you, Brittany. I love you so much. Really? Okay, thank you, Brittany. Brittany always coming in here warming me up. She is so wicked. Okay, Brittany, let me get back to my thought. I'm glad you said that. So Mel had her girl trip. It was absolutely horror and disaster. Only thing I don't like, I didn't even know. Tell me if I'm wrong in the chat, please. Hey Jada J, how are you? How you doing? Wait, y'all so funny. It was 4 feet that I drowned in. Oh shit! Nah, I don't mean to laugh. Diva laughing because she know. Why you had to tell me that Diva 2 feet of water? She just naturally funny, and we like that stuff. But we all have a good side and a bad side, and we have a dark side. So that's what we do here. We have the good, the bad, the dark. The dark side only come out when it has to. So Brittany says she has an upcoming trip, and we're gonna react respectfully because you are a member, not a member. Excuse me, you are a supporter, a subscriber, and we're gonna react in a way that we'll see. Show you that we can do it respectfully and probably poke holes in the girl trip and not to be mean. We're not mean over here. So with Mel, I didn't know she was homeless. Is she homeless? Is Mel homeless? I seen her. I just thought, was it a joke? I'm like, okay, I see why she probably was going through more than what she was going through because her whatever, and that's nothing against her. I just see that she had a video saying that she was homeless, and someone responded like, "You could eat this, but you homeless." So I didn't know that she was homeless. So my apologies to Mel if I was a little bit insensitive about covering your girl's trip. But would really have liked, and I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not gonna front if she would have came and gave us an interview because I just feel like now, and I know people are like, oh, Bronx girl, you're so all over the place. First, she was defending, I said Brittany, I mean Mel. First, she was defending Mel, talking about, she should have never been a victim of a horrible trip, which she should have never been a victim of a horrible trip. But I will say this, she rise from the ashes, right? Because now she says she's going to do commentary around her experience and her trauma on girls trip, and I just feel like it just should be a little bit thought out before you weaponize the horrors of girls trips. Wait, I thought it was a joke because they like to refer to her as homeless. She was at her daughter's. Okay, so she's not homeless. Okay, so I'm like, living in her car. All right, even if she was, I wouldn't judge her at all because I don't judge people. You could do whatever you want to do. That's how I feel about things. And a lot of people push back on me like, you can't do whatever. Yes, you can, as long as you're not hurting no one or harming anyone. And as long as you're not hurting yourself or harming yourself, you can do whatever you want to do. So, and I'll get back to Mel. I just felt like with her going around giving interviews, the ones that she gave was just absolutely horrible. It was loud, it was chaotic, it was eruptive, it was invasive, it was just not clear cut and concise as we over here would like to hear a clear, concise, and compelling interview or story, right? Because there are holes to be poked into her story. Like she is now self aware of many things that, oh, I could have stayed behind, I didn't have to go, I could have canceled. But that leaves the question is, like, did you go intentionally to be victimized, right? And I'm not excusing the behavior of Tanya, right? I'm not, because Tanya is who she is. She can't help who she is. That's who she is. She is a dictator and she is a god. Tanya is a god with a god complex. But that's how what I got to say about that. Now, with my chat, the ones who didn't leave me and the ones who support me, if I feel like if I'm going to do an interview and I'm going to pay someone to do the interview and their price is, I will only do this for my chat only once because I don't feel like people should be paid for interviews. But if anyone from that girls trip would like to have their story put out in a way that is clear, safe, concise, compelling, without prejudice, because my chat is different. My chat is hell. My chat is wicked. They are deep thinkers. They see through the bullshit. They will question you without hesitation. They don't have to call you out your name. They don't have to remind you of your downfalls. They don't have to make you feel less of a person. That's why I like my supporters and my subscribers, especially people that get in the chat and push back on me and they know that I'm not going to be offended by it. So from here on, if the first interview I do, like, even though I didn't know about the other girls of the trip with Mel and Chase, because Chase damn sure ain't coming up over here. She got her own platform. She could lie over there. She could tell the truth over there. She could do whatever she want to do. She already got a following. Mel, I just felt like you should have been a little bit more uh, less hype to get your story out, because it was just, even if you were paid to do an interview, it was sloppy. It was just confusion. It didn't get nowhere. No one learned anything. Like over here with interviews, we will poke holes in your story. We will make you feel comfortable. And if someone's telling me I got to charge $100 for an interview, right? Or you need $100 for an interview, you're gonna have to give me a beginning, a middle, the plot, the end, and you're gonna have to take at least 3 calls and answer questions from the audience, because you're just not gonna come over here. And I'm not talking about anyone in particular. I'm just saying if I were to give an interview, that's how it would go. Those are my rules of me paying someone for an interview, and if you are worth it. Now, if the other girls feel like they didn't have justice served or had their story told correctly, the other 3 girls that were not mentioned in my commentary the last live, you are welcome to come over here and give your part of the story if you're not finished with it. Right. So and that's how I feel about that. That's what I'll say about interviews. I don't play. Wait, Sonny. Chase actually made me look at things differently. Sounds more like Mel got what she dished as per Chase. And I can definitely see that. And that's the thing. Chase wasn't there, to be honest, right? So she's just giving commentary with prejudice. Her commentary is prejudice against Mel because they did have a falling out, remember? So she looking at Mel in the eye, perceiving Mel as the person that she know her to be. Her perception of Mel is already clouded. So I didn't hear, excuse me, I didn't hear Chase interview, but or her commentary, but I don't think that Mel deserved what she got it. And then let's piggyback on, because this is the end of the week and we could talk about it, and then we go into something else, and then I'll finish back piggyback on what Brittany said because her girls trip is coming up. So um, with that girls trip, it sounded like a horror. It sounded like everyone was up in it to get a story out of it, to make money off it. That's okay. Is that everyone is playing the victim? Yes, Mel have been mistreated from what I heard and what people were sharing, that she was mistreated in on the trip in a different country. But Chase, she have her different opinions and opposing views because she knows Mel personally. I don't think Mel deserved what she got, but she says she's past it. She know damn well that nothing is dead over here in the set that they bring shit up from 3, 4, 5 years ago. She could be doing her cooking shows and somebody would bring a Mel. Remember when you went on Puerto Rico and you was almost a lifetime victim, movie victim? So there you go. So and with that being said, that's my agreement. That's my my I'm not going to say contract, are my rules to interviews. If you come up here and you want to interview, you want to get paid, especially if you want to get $100, you have to be up here for an hour 15 minutes, probably 20. No more than 2 hours. I'm cutting it off after an hour and 15 minutes. If you want to, you have to give the full story. And at least get tough questions thrown at your way, and have at least 3 call-ins, three the most, and they have a limit to ask you questions, and take questions from the chatters, and don't get offended by someone coming in or calling in to ask you a question that may have not get got answered, right? So that's how I feel about that with interviews. A lot of people just give interviews to give money. I feel like we are authentic over here. We're better than that over here. We're much more, a little bit more structured and professional over here. Another girls trip is coming up. Sweet Tea girls trip is coming up. I don't have anything personal against Sweet Tea. I would never have anything personal against Sweet Tea. If she's going on a girls trip, we are going to report and we're going to react on it, no matter how they may feel that we present it. And when I say we, I'm just saying us over here on our little platform by ourselves. That's how I feel about that. Um, she's going to Puerto Rico. I would like to see how it turned out. I had a girls trip nightmare over 25 years ago. Really? Yeah, girls trips. And I mean, like, that's expected to happen. You could go with the right person. You could go with the coolest person. Go with your family, and you just get to know people on girls trip. This YouTube is different. They do it all for like clout, not clout, but they all do it for popularity, to gain momentum, to gain a clap on the back, appreciation, to provide commentary and content. Chase response was more broad, not just the trip. You should check it out to get her perspective. Yeah, but okay, so Sani, I'm glad you brought that up. So hold that thought, Sani. How you want me to pronounce your name? Sani? Sony. Sony, is it a two? If you like me to pronounce it Sony, put a two in the chat, or Sani, put a one in the chat. So yeah, with Chase, she had personal history with Mel. So I just can't really say she have a different perspective. I would like to just get to the meat of the problem with Mel, but that she says she's over it, so there's no need to look back. She says she's going in a different direction. Whatever direction you go in, Mel, we're going to go in. If you slip and you drop a piece of meat on the floor and you pick it up and eat it, we're going to report about it. If you do another trip, whatever you do. So now y'all all want to venture out and go into different avenues, leaving us over here with content, which we appreciate. Sony. Sony, is that correct? Sony. Sony, like Sony, the TV, the brand. So that's what I'll think about that. And I want everybody to know that I don't have no hard feelings, no personal feelings towards anyone in this sector. The only one that I probably would like refrain from doing content on is Roz and her squad, and we'll get to that because her squad still seems to think that things are the same with Roz, and she have nobody really taking up for her. You had it right the first time. Sony. Okay, got it. You had it right the first time. It took me 13 years before I ever spoke to her again. We're cool now. Wow. Oh, you do hold grudges, Tanya, the train now. So yeah, and that'll be that. That'll be the discussion with Mel, and she says she's done with it. We done with it. I just feel like in all seriousness, sometimes people can weaponize their stories to use for their own gainful whatever pleasures or desires or whatever you say. Sweet Tea has a girl trip coming up to Puerto Rico. I am definitely going to watch and see how it turns out, and we will report on it. Now let's get. Oh gosh. Brittany says she have a girl trip coming up. We definitely will report it. We'll do it respectfully because Brittany is a supporter of ours, and we're not going to be mean because we're not going to be mean to other people. We it's not even a safe place over here, right? It's a place where we give feedback, but the other ones is going to have a lot to say. They're going to find anything to say to rip apart a girl's trip because of their personal opinions about Brittany or whomever. And this is where we come and we clean it up and we give it direct. So, and even if Brittany do something like, oh, I'm like, oh, Brittany, I see that you're a little bit quiet and mean on the trip. That's just an example. We will point that out respectfully, and we don't do grimy shit over here. That's the difference between my platform and other people platform. We do it a little bit decent. We negative and decent, right? Because this is a considered a drama channel. I do love drama. I love other people drama, not to the point where I'm deep down invested in it where I can't pull myself out, but I appreciate other people drama, and I'm pretty sure other people on this content, I'm on this platform, appreciate other people drama also. Let me see what I was about to say. So yeah, that's for the girls trip. I was, and now the part of the live I'm about to get into, it probably just, throw some people off. I've been watching other content creators like I do, and listening to them and see what they got going on. I was listening to Shamar. I know a lot of people know Shamar and they support him, and he's a good content creator. He's a young content creator. He's a much more youthful version of content creators. So for and he's young. He like 28, I think. That's how old my son is. And he was giving a live about the situation. And most of the things I agreed with him, and most of the things I didn't. You know, every generation talk differently and have a different perspective and view on things. But I do give him a congrats for being neutral. And that's all I have to say to him about him being neutral. Be neutral, because you're young right now and you fresh, and the sharks are going to come after you, and they will continue to come after you because you shine, right? You like a shiny piece, and they are going to want you on their team, even though you're neutral. And you know how I know that? And I know a lot of people may say, well, no, you just exaggerating. So I was watching his live. He was giving commentary about um, Mel and her horrible girls trip, and just the disaster that happened, the aftermath of the disaster that happened on a girls trip. Day Day was in the chat deep, right? She was in the chat deep, like cozying up to Shamar, and sharing her opinion. She was a little bit more humble than I ever seen her in anybody's chat ever, right? So I feel like with that, Day Day, snooping around, and ditzy Day Day snooping around, and trying to get Shamar attention, like that would be the only gateway for her, is to do a collaboration with Shamar as a neutral channel. But no one neutral want a co-host to come in and interrupt things, right? I think they would make a perfect pair, doing neutral commentary about everybody, because they are young and they do have a young, fresh take on things. And that's the only thing I'll say about Day Day and Shamar. Don't be trying to recruit him to this Rod squad. He ain't going for it. Don't be trying to, misguide him, which he's not going to be misguided, or like mislead him. Because I see you, Day Day, in the chat. I was like, okay, Han, Shamar probably was the youngest ones on the platform that day, which is okay. It's okay. But I think if she have any sense, because her mother is fading out and will continue to fade out and have no backup. If you want to become successful on YouTube and you want your name to get out there on YouTube, that's the best thing you can do, is collaborate with Shamar, and y'all could get together and do something and talk even about your mother, because it's nothing personal. So, and that's the thing, like a lot of people don't know how to distinguish between business and pleasure. That's why this platform is stagnant, because we don't we are cowards and we are scared to take risks. Now, another thing with Shamar, and this is just giving reaction and my feedback to what I saw the week of events. He had another caller up on his platform, and these type of callers you have to be mindful of. And that's just in general. Like with me, I know how to shut people down. I know how to touch on every topic that you may want to bring up. But if it's not relating to the chat, if it's not relating to the topic at hand, you do not bring your political views up here. You don't bring your prejudice views up here. You don't bring your biased views up here, because that's not what my platform is about, and that's not what any neutral platform should be about. Of course, you have your opinions about things that's going on in the world, but for that woman to come up there and take over an hour, and after she realized she was up there for an hour and didn't give the man no room to talk, because he allowed her to speak, which was a nice thing. It was just absolutely disrespectful that she would take her time to come up there and just express her political views and express her medical views. You cannot diagnose no one on this. You cannot diagnose. Only thing you could do is speculate. You know, she said a lot of. She was sitting on a lot of things, but that's not something that Shamar deserved, and that's not something that he started off with. You know, and Shamar, you want to get, and I'm not finished. You're gonna get people that's gonna try to recruit you to and I'm not saying that you're gonna fall for the okey doke. I'm just saying that it might be a chance that people want you to carry them to the next level because you are young and fresh, and which is a good thing. But you know, stay neutral, stand your ground, have your rules set in place. No, don't come up here and talk about things that I'm not talking about. Don't come up here trying to take over my panel with your political bias, prejudice views. The woman, she was just going too deep. I'm like, nah, that's you prejudice, you know. And I'm not even trying to be funny. She was being prejudiced. She was being discriminatory. She was being a little bit tad bit racist, talking about something that has nothing to do with the topic at hand, which was disrespectful. Okay. Now moving on. Jersey girl got up there, and you know, she just, I don't know what was her point of being up there, of talking to him. She said, I'm from Rod Squad. I don't know if she got the impression that uh Shamar is in favor of Rod Squad, but I know I heard Roz on his panel before, and he expressed his dislike towards some of her content. So when Jersey Girl got up there talking, "Oh, you got to be careful of these people. Everybody wants you. I'm from Rod Squad," and like, listen, sit your ass down and remain seated. We could see through the bullshit that you want to at least think you can recruit him. Roz is faded out. She don't have nothing to hold or fall back on. I know a lot of her Purple Hearts subscribers squad probably get a little bit too ahead of themselves, and they drop comments in my on my page, and I leave it right up there thinking that I'm trying to pull Roz in my direction. No, she's not even appealing anymore. So I'm no. But the fact is that like you the subscribers will get into the chat and thinking they're doing something, or thinking that they are, I don't know. Oh, wait, here y'all come. Wait. I hope that any content creator, I'm sorry, because I see y'all just now coming in. I hope that any content creator and subs that take trips just enjoy one another and unplug, just live, not focus. No, they're not gonna ever relax. They're not gonna ever, right, like you said, unplug. They're there to compete with one another to see who has the best. Even though they want to act like and appear like they're cool, that's not the case at all. Aisha. I used to watch it, but I think he want to be with Rod Squad, and it's my right. No, your personal opinion is my personal opinion. Me. I don't think he want to be with them. He just probably think he needs them. He doesn't, and I'm going to tell him straight up and straight 100. You don't need them. If you are a neutral platform and you remain as a neutral content creator, and we do have our biases and we do have our prejudice to a degree. Not like that woman that got up there and was so prejudiced and so uh, racially indiscriminatory. I'm just going to say that. But he probably felt that he needs the Raw Squad, and we're here to tell you you don't need the Raw Squad or Roz. Her content has faded. It's not the same. It's not going to get anywhere. She's in a whole different sector now. She's in another sector, and I don't think he want to go over there in that sector where she's at, where they pulled her into, because they're going to keep pulling her into it. And then that sector already have they soldiers lined up for her, so they ready for her. So yeah, I think he do feel that he need her backup in her squad, which he don't. What they trying to do is recruit him, and this is from what I see personally, that they're trying to recruit him. Obviously, recruit him. They just need to. If you want to be a friend of his, be a friend of his. If you want to get close to him, and do a two-man podcast, a two-person podcast, do that. But remain neutral. So that means that Day Day will have to sacrifice herself, her mother, to become platform, a partner with Shamar. Don't be trying to cozy up to him. I'm talking about her and every other Raw squad that be trying to cozy up to him, trying to, um, praise him when he says something they like. So when Jersey Girl got up there and said, "Oh, I'm from Raw Squad. Don't you're very hot and everybody wants you and don't get close." Like, listen, we already know what you're doing. It's just not going to happen anymore. Day Day spends more time being messy than studying her schoolwork so she can get her actual degree. Yeah, but well, I know that she need an outlet. We all know that she need an outlet and that she's been deprived and robbed of her 20s and that she didn't have no real, like, people could say whatever they want about me and my child, but me and my child are not up here arguing and fussing and fighting and screaming. I tell y'all little things that happen in our lives and what may be happening in our lives, but we're not up here competing for attention or trying to dismember another member of our family. She can probably have a great chance of being a co-host or just a partner with Shamar because he is a neutral platform. But she's not gonna sacrifice her mom because if her mom do something stupid, she gonna have to bring it to the table. And she's not that bold, she's not that courageous, and she's just not that person. He need a brave soldier on his team to get him to where he want to go. And he needs to. He tried. Well, two other people collaborated. It didn't work. Maybe, and I'm not saying he should or need, but it'd probably be best if he do try to collaborate with someone of his mindset, of his age, just to grow his platform in the direction he want to grow his platform. He is already in the sector. Yeah, I know he's already in the sector, but like he's hot right now. Everybody like him. They go to see him, but he is neutral and he do have an opinion. He needs to stop apologizing and stop like saying, well, I know a lot of people gonna be mad at me for this because I used to do it too and still do. Like you don't have to apologize for what you say. Like if you're a neutral channel, you're a neutral channel. You go for the gut respectfully. You're ruthless. You're wicked. Wicked. That's the part about being a neutral channel. You don't give a fuck about what other people say. If you talk about somebody, you talk about somebody. That's just like, okay, now he chilling with Day Day. I mean, Day Day is in the chat and he's neutral. She's not a co-host. She just be visiting and talking and he sees something that she don't like. He's seen something that Day Day did that he doesn't like or he want to react to. Now she like, oh, why you coming at me, Shamar? Like that's how shit get twisted. And that's the thing about neutral channels. Like a lot of people say they neutral, but they're not. Like I'm not scared or afraid to talk about anyone at all. And that's what got me in trouble. And that's what people get confused. Like I'm not a negative channel. I'm not a positive channel. uh, Not 100% at least. I'm not 100% positive. I'm not 100% negative. I do have an opinion and I share it with my chat, my supporters and my subscribers, and they give their opinion about things. And that's how we're going to go from here. If everybody want to take a step in a different direction, if you want to go on girls trip, we'll report it. If you want to do meet and greets, we will report it. If you want to do cooking, we will report it because by the looks of it, no one is going anywhere and no one is going to survive without the little people. So I know a lot of content creators may think they could go off to different ventures and still come back because you still need support from somewhere. And that's how I feel about that. And in regards to just, promoting a channel or promoting my channel so it can grow bigger. I will say this, honestly speaking, I'll speak about everything that's going on YouTube, but once a month I do something different. The only thing I probably do different because I'm not going to do cooking. I'm not a cooker. I'm not going to clean and invite you into my home. I'm not doing none of that. I'll do relationship topics. My shit on Facebook is very controversial. It's very slow to grow. I'll be in other people's comments and they be just men attacking me about my concept of relationships, right? So that is what I would do, and I think it would be fun for us to do that, just to show people we don't just need the drama, but you do need the drama to at least improve your channel, and that's how I feel about that. So yeah, so what I said, we could do interviews only if my subscribers and supporters think it's worth it, right? If they think it's worth it and they say, oh yeah, Bronx girl, you should try to get her on your show and pay her. I'm not paying everybody $100. That's just out of it. You got to be at least bring something or have up the imagination of a great storyteller to come up here and be paid and be admired for that day. And the rules are three people get to actually call in, and we'll limit their questions and their time. You have to take the questions that I saved, the comments I saved. You have to answer those. You definitely have to be willing enough to be ask tough questions that we can poke holes in the story. So like with Mel, she backtracking and she saying, yeah, a lot of people. She says she enjoyed the different views that everyone have, and that this her trauma. I'm not gonna say trauma. I hate those words. I do. She said this her experience should get highlighted, which is true, right? The story grows old. But what she was saying today is that she wanted to take that somewhere else about going on trips with girls you don't know, and then she compared it to oh gosh, what's her name, Kanisha Jenkins, and I'm like, oh come on, that's just too much, right? And Mel, nothing against you, right? You say you're going in a different direction, go in a different direction, which is all well and good, and it's to be applauded. However, like I'm pretty sure you just got off scot free because you did have a terrible experience with other women, and they do have a side and you have a side, and some way, because I was listening to her today this morning driving her car, she was going somewhere, and I can detect and see, because I listened myself, because after she said, well, I'm not going to talk about it no more, I'm done with it, everybody has the right to speak about it, which is true. I just feel like there is some type of emotional manipulation there, and she's not even aware of it, and that's okay that she's not aware of it, but it is. So like I'm saying, if she was to get up here and express her view about her trip and expect us to just say, okay, we're fine with that, no, that's never going to happen, because the chatters, the audience are wicked, right? They are deep thinkers. She get up here and say, well, listen, I could have reflected and not going on the trip. It's like, why did you go on the trip if you knew, or probably knew, or had a feeling? Because it's not premeditated. I was looking at that trip with excuse me, what Tanya did is not premeditated. Tanya is just who she is. She just mean as fuck. Tanya is mean as fuck. She can't help herself. She thinks she can help everyone, but she can't help herself, which is okay. So, Mel, those are the questions that we would ask you. Like what moment did you think that you should leave, and what moment did you think that you should stay? Or beforehand, was it just your delusions, or you sitting there trying to tap into your intuitions and that misled you? Because intuition and logic are two different things. So those are the questions I would ask her, not disrespectfully, but I would at least try to comfort her so we can see her point of view. Hey, good morning, Miss Doris. How are you? Miss Doris is in the building. I know. I'm glad you're here. I was talking about, because I see that you mod for Shamar, and I was just saying that he's young, and I know he's been in this sector because I have listened to him before. Now he's a little hot, and he's a prize. He's a shiny piece on this sector, and he is neutral. And I was just saying how some people are sharks, that they will try to get him to his side, and he needs to stand his ground and not even be moved, because I can't be moved that quickly. You first come in here, you think you have a team, and you don't, which you don't. And with people trying to like get to him so they can build something together, I just feel like he should remain neutral at all times, because he's going to say things about some people that are not going to like it, that support him. Believe me. And I was saying that Day Day and him should come together and be a neutral co-host, partners, and talk about everything if they're going to do that. Because I see Day Day be in his chat, cozying up to him, being nice and sweet, respectful. I've seen her humbled in his chat. I'm not going to even lie. I don't know if that's just like a plant. I don't know if that's like a distraction. I don't know if she's trying to recruit him. But if she is, it's not going to work at all, and it shouldn't work. That's my take on Shamar, which he did a great live, and he covered most things. I did agree with him when he said if he was in that situation, he would have took the keys too. I would have took the keys too. And that was just funny, a funny moment. And that's that with Shamar, and I hope his platform grow to higher heights and he make progress, because the only way I feel like we will make money on this platform is being neutral, because everybody have a different view, opposing views. With Mel, She said she's done with the girls trip debacle, but I was just informing the audience and who's ever coming in now listening that I will be reacting to every girls trip, every meet and greet. If everyone is going in a different direction, we will react to it, right? Because you matter. If you're going to do a cooking channel, you matter. We're going to react to it. If you're going to do a get ready with me, you matter. Because I feel like my audience is diverse, and I mean that in the best way. And I'm not going to keep y'all too long and sound so sentimental. I'm just grateful, and I appreciate my subscribers and my supporters. And this is what I wanted to build. Like when I did that, when I had that post about the live about if you are a weapon owner, get in here. Everyone that got in there had an opinion and a broad view about guns, and I learned something. People, the last live I did about the girls trip, people are well traveled, business owners, homeowners, stuff like that, just to show people that now we're not stupid over it. We're not just going to let you get away with anything. And if that pleases the audience and subscribers and the supporters, that pleases me. I just don't want to take us in a direction where we get stagnated. And I'm being more consistent. I have a lot of support behind the scenes and people encouraging me and letting me know this is the time to get in and to get in now. And I'm most grateful and I appreciate that very much. So, that with that being said, we're going to do what we do. We don't care about other people. We're not going to be mean. We don't care about other people's opinions of our channel. Even if I have 300 people in my chat, 200, 100, I'm still going to get my point across because I enjoy doing this. I'm not in it to be malicious or hurtful or harmful to anyone. And that's that. So a lot of people got to think about, and that's the thing over here in this sector. People are so selfish and stingy and so uptight and so close knit that they'll say, well, no, I'm not going on nobody platform, I'm not sending nobody traffic. And that's not the type of people I want to go on a girls trip with. If you have that mentality in mind that you can't, if you have a personal conflict with someone, okay, but to say that I'm not going on nobody's channel, don't throw nobody names in the chat, I'm not sending nobody traffic their way. This is how many people are over here in this sector. The most people, the most views, excuse me, the most, what Roz has, she has 15,000 subscribers, right? I don't know how many Chase got, but I think Roz has the most subscribers out of all of us. Hey, original Lou, how you doing? Thank you, Lou. She said, "Scribe chat." Lou's a member too. Lou been with me for like. She was even still a member when I backed up for 6 months. I seen her membership. I seen Lasagna membership. So now that with the memberships, I just want to take my time with the memberships and work my way and prove myself because I don't blame y'all. Like I wasn't consistent, so there was no okay, Doris, there's no way that y'all could at least trust me with content and still have your membership up there. But from this day on, I'm going to build up a little bit trust within my audience to show you that I'm going to be consistent. And the more consistent I can become, the more my badges will be available. I forgot a lot of shit about YouTube. I mean, when I say 6 months was like falling back and looking and doing my thing, it was good because it's like chaos and confusion was just dumb. Like the topics that are rising now with the girls trip is I'm so happy and grateful for because that's something to talk about. Oh, wait a second. Oh shit. Okay, wait, Scorpio goddess, I appreciate your perspective. I want everyone to have an opinion, good or bad. These type of topics need to be discussed. I agree. Thank you, everyone. Scorpion goddess is in the building. That's so sweet of you, Scorpion goddess, to come by and give us a visit. Look at Pretty in Pink Nikki. She be thank you, Pretty in Pink Nikki. She be in the chat just gassing me up, talking about you a beast. Yes, I'm like, oh my gosh, now I gotta go harder. But thank you, Scorpion goddess. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think the topics need to be had. Um, Good morning. Hi, Purpose. How you doing? Good morning. And you know what? Her name is Mel. I'm calling her Scorpio God. It's just because that's her title. But yeah, we I feel like over here we're a little bit more mature, and so are you. And I'm not taking anything from you as far as being a woman and a mature mother, and I just you're right. Everyone should have a different perspective on things, and but I feel like over here we're a little bit more respectful because one of the girls, well, I said one of the girls, Dimples was like, Bronx, I think you should do some research or do interviews because you giving your summaries on this comments. And I was, because people were saying a lot of things that wasn't true. Not a lot of things, but one thing that wasn't true. And I had to stop and apologize because the chat was doing me dirty, but I appreciate it. But you're right. We should all have a perspective and opinion of things. And I hope you stick around, Mel, just to see. It's refreshing to hear perspective without tearing down. That's true, and that's not what we do over here. And that's why, and I have my supporters to think too. Like, no, we don't do that over here. That's not our attempt to do that over here. And in the future, I feel like we all could come together and talk about different things, even if it's like once a month, every 2 months, every 3 months, without prejudice. I, I I'm not a prejudiced person. I mean, I feel like if someone pulls me down in the ground with them, I'm going to go with them. Nobody is beneath me at all. And that's just the point I'm trying to prove. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you bring to YouTube, and I'm looking forward to hear what you have to say and your response to our feedback in the future, as with anyone. And YouTube is not the same, but it's money to be made, and I feel like we could all make money in a decent way now. However we make that money is solely up to us, and in the way we make the money, as long as it's done with a great intent. So, and let me see, do I have anything? I'm just so happy that Mel came by to say hello and bless the chat with her presence. That's really sweet. And a lot of people have been coming by and saying hi that I say their names, and which is a good thing because I don't have anyone blocked. I may think I have two people blocked. I got to go into the studio and unblock them. That was from the last time, but I don't have nobody blocked at all. I'll double check to see if I do, but I don't. I just don't block people like that because it's giving them too much, you know, I don't know, appreciation, like they did something to get blocked, right? But yeah, if y'all want, I'm gonna not stay that long. But I just I went over what I wanted to talk about the how things. And yeah, Brittany said that her and her girls, the guy know Brittany support me and we support her. She almost drowned in 2 feet of water. So now if she's going to all the girls trip, this shit is going to be funny. Okay, we're looking to for Brittany Allen's girls trip. We're gonna do this with our best intentions and the heart. Sweet Tea girls trip is coming up. I'm definitely looking forward to that. Wait, Scorpio Goddess, before you go, if you're still in here, one more question. Just one question, if you're still here. Or anyone could answer. Who picked out, oh, you said it was Tanya had a trip for her birthday to Puerto Rico. So that was all agreed upon. Because why everybody going to Puerto Rico? I don't understand. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be funny, but is Puerto Rico like much more affordable? Or Brittany, where you going if you still in here? We'll follow up when you go on your girls trip. Like, why is Puerto Rico the first destination that people stop and go to? Which is a beautiful place, and y'all should have had the utmost fun. From what I gather, it was her birthday. It was her destination. I just thought it probably was just like a group effort. Oh, thank you, purpose driven. Okay, got it. That makes sense. You know what, purpose driven? I tell you a little secret. Someone was telling me that okay, got you. I never been and I wanted to experience. Okay. No, but I'm glad Purpose Driven said that because you know why I'm glad she said that, which makes sense. Someone was telling me, she said, even if you wasn't like a worldly traveler, you need to get a passport for you and your son. So Purpose Driven said, I don't need a passport for Puerto Rico. Okay, got it. But I'm still gonna get a passport because I want to be along and bragging with my chat and my subscribers about their experience in traveling also. It's US territory. Okay. Thank you. Because PR is the shit headed back in September. Listen, Sony, if you like, we could, before I end this, like Puerto Rico have certain parts, and I'm not gonna lie at all, right? The larger your money is the better the destination in Puerto Rico, right? Because I know they do have different resorts and shit. So that's why if it's so beautiful, I don't understand why the atmosphere, the environment, the whole scenery is beautiful. The water is beautiful and gorgeous out there. how did it turn into a disaster? Because it's not Puerto Rico. It's probably just the people that come there and disrupt it. That's all I'm saying. Like, because I'm like, why everybody go to Puerto Rico? But Purpose Driven cleared up anything I needed to know, and that makes a lot of sense. St. Thomas territory too. Okay, is you? Thank you, Purpose Driven. That makes a lot of sense. So, I'm looking forward to y'all girls trip in the future and whatever y'all decide to do, and report on it accurately and at least responsibly to a degree with me throwing talking shit. So okay, so I got it. Thank you. It's refreshing. Wait, no, I'm sorry. Well, here she go. I never been and I wanted to experience. Okay. All right. Well, it's nothing wrong with Puerto Rico. It's just that why it's like everyone is going to Puerto Rico and I'm like, oh gosh. Is Puerto Rico for YouTubers only? I'm not even trying to be funny. That's like when they be like, oh, you know, now what they're gonna try to say Puerto Rico is not a vacation spot, which it is. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. I can't afford it, but and maybe one day, Mel, you come and just tell us how to plan. Well, me, how to plan, how much to save, what to look forward to, shit like that. Wait, I've been to San Juan and I do have passport, but yes, it's not needed there nor St. Thomas or Hawaii. You don't need a passport for Hawaii. Oh shit! And this is why I love my chat. I haven't been none of those places. It's not that I couldn't go. It's just that I haven't thought about to go. Now that I'm in my 40s and I'm free and a little bit more mature and less insecure, like Mel said, she never been there. She wanted to go, which makes all the difference, right? You want to go, you want to travel, you want to see the world, you want to get great experiences. You know, that I feel like with us in this chat, if we all to come together and one day soon, we definitely have to build up trust between each other and have to be, because we're going to have not a perfect trip. I don't care how cool you are with somebody, everybody is different. The only thing that might save us from them is that we know how to spend money, we know how to share our money, and we get along correctly. You can afford to go anywhere on a budget. Thank you, Purpose Driven. That's so sweet. Yeah, I think I'll be joking, but this make me feel good. The lady was just telling me to get a passport. Let me see. I feel if you get the feel of any alley, you got to go where the locals at for the best prices, right? So I don't want to be like, before I end this, I just want to, say everyone, thank you for sharing your input and your travel experiences. That means a lot to me. I want to travel with Zachary. I want to travel with probably someone special. I want to do it once or twice a year because I can't afford to be going out of town. Like people saying, oh, I got mad stamps on my passports. I don't have money like that. Nope, not needed Hawaii either, but you need a real ID for a lot of places. Okay, now I know. Thank you. Okay, I didn't know. All right, all right, all right. I don't need a passport for Hawaii. I would have never thought I did or didn't, but now that I know, I want to at least travel and get the experience. And if I do decide to travel, I do decide to do a girls trip for the first time in my life. I think it'll probably be, I don't know, 2 to 4 people. Or if we have it's not like we're going to be a class trip and shit going to Puerto Rico. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know if I could be open to those terms and shit of going on a class trip. Like, say I wanted to plan a trip with all the members, and I have like about 50 members. That's a lot of people. Somebody is not going to come back alive from the trip. So we'll keep it at 2 to 4 minimum. But yeah, so listen. So in the future, I will be planning our in the future, the near future. You will teach me how to plan a trip accurately for me and my baby, for me and Zachary, and we'll share our experiences. But until then, I want to share your experience and react on your experience in different destinations, and it'll be fun to us and in the chat. So I appreciate, excuse me, I appreciate everyone for coming by and stopping by just to give me a listen for under an hour or so. And I hope everyone have a great day and a great start to their weekend. Thank you, Mel, for just coming in and showing us support. We appreciate you. And thank you, everyone, for just dropping your comments and letting us know, letting the world know we won't be stopped. We can't be stopped. We're going to go forward. So if you do something that we see and we don't think it was cool, we're going to report or react to it. And with that being said, I would like to say thank you for listening to my insight and my perspective. Everyone, have a good day. Bye, Doris.